Like what? Like what? Say it with your chest if you're denouncing bigotry. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. All I know is, in regards to Kick, XQC signed a big ass deal to go join Kick, and well, I got told about a interview that Asmund Gold did with Trainwrecks, the founder of Kick, regarding it. So, let's see what they have to say. And I was hoping this video would be shorter, but that's life.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what's good, bro?
Just chilling, man. Big day, huh?
Crazy day, huh?
Crazy fucking day. I heard about this a little bit ago, and I wasn't really like. It's like it was such a big deal. I was like, I'll believe it when I see it, you know. And I heard people saying today's the day. It's like, is it really though? Like, let's see it, and it fucking happened.
The claim is that XQC actually signed for 100 million to stream on Kick instead of Twitch.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get you on next, huh? One of these days, maybe?
Well, we'll see what happens, right? Have a conversation with Eddie, see, go from there, you know, see what happens. But,
yeah.
Well, you got other people, like, apparently there's gonna be other signings.
Yes, many more. A lot of massive ones, you know. I can't say much, obviously, but, you know, I can say, you know, there's some, big FPS streamers, some big variety streamers.
Asmund Gold is biased.
Definitely some.
I'm not surprised that Asmund Gold is biased in this regard, because I'm pretty sure they have, like, Asmund Gold and Trainwrecks have known each other for a while, given that they're both fairly big streamers. Oh, I'd rather be talking about VTubers, but, you know. This goddamn corporeal tuber, Trainwrecks, is the one that's running Kick, and a lot of VTubers are going over to Kick. By the way, this explains a lot. We were talking about Kick the other day, Brittany. I thought you meant Kick, K-I-K. Social media thing. A bunch of pervs used to do with kids. I had no idea about that. Yeah, no, Kick. K-I-C-K. I don't know about that one, Nova. Yeah, apparently that's what we should be going with now instead of like Flesh Tuber. But I like the edgy factor of Flesh Tuber. But I mean, corporeal tuber. At least he's cute.
Some personalities that are locked in and, you know, ready to come. So definitely crazy. But I want to get on the call just to kind of be here to hear your rants and, you know, I think we're on the Mixer topic, right?
Yeah.
I can chime in on that when you continue yours and finish.
Oh, I'm going on it, right? It's like, I think that the reason why Mixer wasn't successful is because Mixer only brought over a few people, but they didn't actually create an ecosystem for streamers to go there naturally. Like, that's really kind of what happened, right? Because, like, I looked at it as like a forest where, like, you need a massive tree to make a canopy, but you also need the grass, the bushes, the shrubs, and that's where those small streamers come in. And a lot of those people go over to Kick without a sponsorship or anything.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
my assumption here is that honestly Trainwrecks is enticing all the bigger streamers with their, you know, gambling money to get the bigger streamers over there and naturally pull over smaller streamers and not really give a shit about them and what happens to them. I haven't streamed on Kick myself. I don't know what's going on. I just know they seem to be pulling a lot of less than stand-up people like Aiden Ross.
Oh, I think one of the primary differences, not to, I gotta find a way to say this as humbly as I can, but one of the biggest differences is I kind of, you know, I have the keys to the castle, so to speak, right? I understand how Twitch works on like a foundational level. The problem with Mixer was Mixer, they took what looked good on paper, right?
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example of that. Like obviously Shroud is a fantastic streamer and has done things in this industry that, you know, won't be repeated by others. They won't be replicated by others,
We're all
right?
watching the PUBG streams.
Right, exactly. But the thing is, see, the problem with Mixer is when they see 230K viewer streamers, they just look at the numbers. So to them, those are the same exact streamers, the same exact value, etc., etc. The issue is there is a difference between a streamer who just sits there and kind of is very quiet, just plays the game and is very popular, rather than a streamer who is in the industry on a foundational level. They have small little, if you want to use the example of a tree, they have roots that go to every section. They have roots that go to the underground.
What? Is it? I feel like I could be playing Diablo right now.
To the, above ground, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And this is the key, right? The key is exactly what you're saying, the
It's the
small,
community.
mid-sized creator. It's the large creator. It's the communities that you need to find, not the...
Well, look at Autoblock, right? He's on Kick.
Yes.
That's a perfect example.
Exactly. And the small, mid-sized creators are very, very important. That's why I took a large portion of the marketing and the budget for larger creators. I took a percentage of that and put it toward the creator program, which will be released soon, right? Which is the hourly payment based on view count, hour stream, chatters, etc., right?
Mm-hmm.
Hourly pay based on view counts, watch hours and stuff? That's an enticing carrot, but how much would that even be for like the smallest of small streamers, the people just getting started? I assume people outside of the Kick affiliate program would not be making that kind of money or any money, but I assume people in the affiliate program would be making some kind of money. So what I wonder is, what do fresh affiliates make? I don't know if that's even out yet. That kind of info? Who knows?
Because they need to be, right? That is a very important part of streaming platforms. I think Mixer didn't understand. They just wanted to bring a lot of big guys that, kind of sit there and they don't say much. They keep to themselves and they just play their game. That's not going to do anything, right? That's just going to create a little stimulus shot that will,
It's a headline.
It'll create hype for, a week. But it's not going to actually solve the problems new platforms have when they're, up and coming or when they're, first developing.
Yeah, I think so too. And also, like, Mixer never really, as far as I know, they didn't really do any consulting with content creators at all. Whereas, like, with Kick, obviously you've been really involved, other people have been really involved, and they've given feedback, and, obviously Kick has made decisions based off of that. So I think that Mixer, you have a bunch of Microsoft.
Is Aiden Ross still on the platform? Because, like, that dude literally pulled on Nick Fuentes, an outright Nazi, neo-Nazi, let's say. Like, dude's not hidden about it. He's the head of the Groiper army or whatever.
Executives coming in, trying to make a bunch of decisions on, like, what are the kids going to like on the video game streaming website. What the fuck do they know?
Yeah, they're going to like Aiden Ross, the guy who sucks Andrew Tate's dick the most.
Yes, exactly. And I think, unfortunately, I think Twitch makes the same mistake. I'm not asking for...
Oh, yeah, Twitch is shooting themselves in the fucking neck with their stuff. Like, they're trying so hard to just maximize the amount of money they're drawing out of their dwindling platform before it burns up. Not gonna be leaving Kick at all since he's like the co-founder or something. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know anything about Mixer. I've never really looked into it. I never watched anything on it. I know about YouTube, Twitch, and Kick.
Twitch to, put one of the, foundational creators, on the front page of a magazine, stating that they're working with them. But I think they need to bring in people and streamers of all content styles. Sure, some won't be brand friendly and they don't need to work with them publicly, but there needs to be that that connection for all creators in Twitch. And right now, all Twitch has is that very superficial, connection on a business level. And that's the issue. That's the disconnect. They're alienating 90% of their platform because they're catering to one type of streamer that looks good on paper. And that's the exact mistake Mixer made. And Twitch can get away with that mistake. But that is why I believe a lot of streamers are feeling alienated.
What? Okay.
Minus the obvious, paycheck.
How long did it take for them to tweet about Kai? I mean,
Yeah.
it's so weird, man. That was so weird. And it was the same thing like before. Like, obviously, Aiden's had a lot of controversy recently, right? But like, whenever he first started, he wasn't talking about any of that stuff, and Twitch never supported him at all.
Yeah, that's right. It's because listen, I've said this.
I really don't know a lot about these corporeal tubers. I know of Rumble because of Leafy. I've been aware of Rumble for a bit now, not because of Leafy. Like there's also a BitChute as well. That's another one.
I'm gonna try my best to explain this. It's tough to explain it, but there are people in this world who have book smarts, and there are people in this world who have street smarts, and there's people who have both. What I like to describe Twitch, or whoever's running Twitch, it seems like they have an immense amount of book smarts, but very little street smarts. Okay, they're so scared.
The street smarts of running a multi-million-dollar company, bro, is so big brained.
Of like for the Kai situation, even the Aiden situation, I think they're scared of these streamers slipping up and making the platform congratulate.
Wait, the Aiden situation? Wasn't he banned for endorsing the gambling or some shit?
Them, into a nightmare for them as far as PR goes. But in reality,
that's what happens whenever you're beholden to all of these advertisers that you're hanging on to with the thread.
Yes, but I think that mentality is wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what company is going to do it first. I don't know what billion-dollar company is going to do it first. Will it be us when things, get bigger, or will it be other people or other companies? But one of these days, people need to realize they need to stop being so afraid of this made-up bullshit. Do you understand? No one is, if they congratulate.
What made up bullshit? What made up bullshit?
Kai, and let's say 2 weeks later Kai does some wild shit.
Nobody's gonna think Twitch is like approving of some crazy shit.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, there's separate instances. Do you understand? One instance had a different context. The other had a different context as well. And if they act appropriately to the second context, right, then all will be fine. This idea where
it's a deliberately disingenuous comparison in order to push an agenda, because it's so intellectually dishonest. That like Twitch supporting a streamer means that they support every single thing that streamer has said. Like, I mean, I'm sure you've said things about streamers that like you don't agree with every single thing that a person says, but you can support that person as a person.
100% agree with Asmongold here. Like, a lot of people don't really seem to fucking get that. You can talk positively of somebody without endorsing every single fucking thing they've done. Kick is under stacks or whatever it's called. What? I know one of them was on a rigged gambling site. I'm pretty sure that was Trainwrecks. It might have been both of them, honestly. I don't know.
That's right. And that's a good example of, Aiden Ross and myself. I think he says a lot of vile shit, but I know who he is and I support him as a person. And I believe that his intention is to be better just from.
Asmon follows Pippa? I just noticed that. And Shy Lily. Based. Oh wait, Kick follows both of them. But so does Asmon. Okay.
From the things that we've talked about privately. But yeah, publicly, the shit he's done and said, a lot of it is some wild, vile shit. I think
it's sad. You know, I really do, right? Because like you're probably the same as me. Like we used to kind of be a lot like Aiden Ross about 10 years ago, like before any of this stuff happened. Of course. Like a bunch of guys sitting in a room together, fucking around on the computer, having fun, doing that kind of stuff. And so like I remember whenever he came on the stream and like on Twitch, like I remember he was on Scott Podcast, like he was great, and like him with Mike Malajak. I remember I think I was on that episode.
Yeah, I remember that. You're right. Holy shit, that was so long ago.
Book smarts is for finding out what's profitable. Street smarts is for finding out what the streamers want. You need a balance of the two. Okay, yeah, I get that.
3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago.
Wow.
It's nuts.
Fuck me, bro. But yeah, I really, like, bro, I believe in Aiden. I know no one does right now, and you don't have to either, but I truly believe in Aiden. I think he's done some wild shit. You know, Devin Nash tells me every day, bro, he's going to be Devin the fall, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But bro, he's young, man. Yeah, he's young. Like, in my opinion, and maybe I'm naive, maybe I'm being optimistic, I don't know. In my opinion, right, I can either help guide him, believing in him, right? And in my opinion, I don't want to use the word convert, but I could convert him into, you know, being a little bit more mature and understanding, like, you know, how things work. Yeah, or I can fully alienate him, dump him. He's not going to lose his platform, right?
Yeah, I mean, he'll just go to Rumble.
Yeah, he'll go somewhere else. And guess what? Now he's going to spiral and go further down the rabbit hole. And now it's done. It's gone. You understand?
That's
Anything
how
I
people
furthered,
get radicalized.
yeah, exactly. I furthered the dividing and splitting of the sides, and I perpetuated the very thing that has made all of us not come together, right? So it's like, in my opinion, this whole thing of just giving up on someone and tossing them aside into a category is wrong. Like, if I truly wanted to be a teacher, if someone else wanted to be a teacher to me, there needs to be patience.
I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't expect to hear that out of Trainwrecks. If this is something he actually believes, he and I have something quite in common. Because any of my long-time viewers know that I'm quite for rehabilitative justice. Let's go with. Asmon is biased as fuck. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, like, you gotta be calling out the shit if you're going to be helping them.
There needs to be, you know, a teaching and understanding. That's kind of my philosophy of things. It's not perfect. I don't know everything, but that's kind of how I see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, like, I completely agree with you. Like, I've seen some of the stuff Aiden has said, and like, I've tried not to like really make a lot of comments on it because I just feel like it's so sad. It's so sad to see somebody who is so happy all the time making comments like this, to see them in such a bad place. It's awful. And like, I don't know Aiden as well as you do, right? But it sucks, especially for like his audience, because obviously some of those people agree with it. You don't really want to have that stuff pushed around, right? I mean, like, neither one of us really agree with it. But at the end of the day, like, you can't just tell somebody that they can't talk, because even if you guys get rid of him, he'll just go over to Rumble. I mean, fuck. Like, Rumble got, like, the Andrew Tate thing got 440,000 views on Rumble. So it's not like there's not a platform for somebody like Aiden Ross.
Aiden is a good kid.
Yeah, like, unfortunately, you can either, from what I see, you got two choices. You can essentially ostracize them and cut them off, or you can help do your best to push them in a better direction. I just know he's a big fan of Andrew Tate. And I know more about Andrew Tate than Aiden Ross. With all due respect, Becca, like, I engage with their opinions too. They need to be a lot more, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Like, as the owner of the platform, you should be kind of sort of policing what the biggest people on your platform are doing, because they're kind of setting the precedent. But, like, I think people can change. And yeah, it should be handled in private conversation. It's what I try to do when I'm helping people. Didn't A. Ross say something about sexual assault or something, or was that Vosh? I don't know. Vosh says a lot of stuff.
Trust me, I know I'll get a lot of hate. I don't give a fuck. I know he's a good kid deep down, and I know there is hope, and he has peaks he hasn't seen yet. I know it. Just
Can you point to some reason why you think that?
trust me on this. Listen, people have doubted me for a lot of things, Asmon, okay? I don't want to get I don't want to get to the schizo shit. Like I will get to the schizo rant if I have to. If
we've had a bit of those conversations in DMs. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, you already know. I'll spare the schizo rant, but I.
Okay. Really making the case that this guy is a good influence on Aiden Ross.
I have a good feeling that with time, he'll even out, and people will see the best sides of him.
Well,
but anyways,
yeah.
Back to this kick stuff, bro. As far as what a day today, huh, Asmund?
I am astonished, honestly. Like, and I'm sure, like, you must feel kind of vindicated because before Bruce got signed, right? Like, everybody was probably adding you, like, where are all those big signings that you promised, right? And now, they're finally coming. And I'm kind of curious to see, because, like, what I think is going to be the turning point is whenever larger creators.
The sunk cost fallacy? I can't say I know the fallacy off the top of my head.
Move over to another platform, whether it's Kick, YouTube, Rumble, etc. It seems like for a lot of people it's Kick. They move over to that platform without the contract. And I think that whenever that happens, then it's just all bets are off.
I agree. I think there's already plenty of incentive, even without the creator program launching. I mean, the 95.5 alone it's insane. Like, it is a wild difference. It's not even believable at first when you see that difference. That alone is enough. Not to mention the the non-exclusivity thing that is another thing. Although I guess Twitch brought their exclusivity clauses, which I guess ruined that. But I think these are already massive incentives to come over. On top of that, you have the creator program, which is going to be crazy, and then the ad program with time.
Yeah.
Oh, have you heard about the ad program yet or no?
A little bit. I've talked to people about it, kind of, but like apparently, my understanding is that that's still a work in progress. Is it still going to be at the end of the year or what?
Yeah, that's
like I don't even know anything about the. I don't even know anything about the affiliate program of Kick. I haven't even really looked into it. I've been pretty happy here on YouTube, honestly. Sunk cost fallacy. I've spent so much time, effort, money on this, and I have to keep going no matter what. It's what keeps people gambling. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. When you feel too invested, too much time to quit a project. Yeah, I can see that. In fact, yeah, because they've got such a long history together. On the one hand, I do get where they're coming from. Like, I was a piece of shit 10 years ago. But it just seems like Aiden Ross is still being a piece of shit, despite, being an adult. So, if people are just going to keep being pieces of shit, why would I want to associate with them? Especially if I'm trying to prove, like, oh, we're not a bad platform for promoting these bad people.
It's unsure. I'd say a year, maybe a year minimum. I'm not.
Maybe they feel they can bring him back and don't want to admit maybe it's a lost cause. Yeah, that very much could be it. Or they couldn't care, or they don't actually care, and it's performance. We don't know.
Not sure though. With the way things are moving, who knows? Maybe, yeah. But it's not going to be designed in any way that's like Twitch. It's not going to ruin shit. People will have a choice. There's going to be kick ads or streamer ads. Streamers can turn them off. Yeah. Things like this. It's going to be. Since I'm involved, I'm going to make sure that kind of shit doesn't ruin. It doesn't ruin streams. Like I hate that shit, bro. Especially when I'm not logged in, because I have Twitch Turbo, right? And when I'm not logged in and I'm on like a laptop. Bro, that shit is wild. I turn on a stream, it's like a 9 fucking minute ad. It's like, the fuck? I don't want to watch anymore. Like, I don't even watch TV fucking ads. I switch to another fucking channel.
It's ridiculous.
That's kind of why I like YouTube. There are no ads on the streams at all. You get to enjoy it live as it happens. I mean, you get some video ads on videos and stuff once you actually hit the ad revenue part, but you're not losing the actual video. You're just pausing it for an ad break. What people are used to. Why people are so pissed about Twitch ads. Yeah, like, why do people still support Andrew Tate at this point? And Aiden Ross does that, doesn't he?
I remember I was watching Tectone do polls for like a character in like this game, and
Yeah.
like it was a 3-minute ad block, right? That just gets forced by Twitch if you have like certain ad incentives. And whenever I came out of the ads, he had already gotten the character, so I completely missed the moment. It actually happened.
Yeah. I can relate to that. For
It's
people who are
weird.
doing like hardcore runs or just
Yep.
anything, speed runs, you miss the entire exciting part. It's just it's terrible timing. It's integrated incorrectly in my opinion. It's very
Yeah.
backwards for how advanced and how dominant Twitch is in the space. It's a poor design.
Well, what do you think is going to happen now with like other content creators? Do you think they're going to? I mean, I'm sure you. How many people do you think have probably hit you up today?
Are we talking like everybody, or are we talking just the people who were shitting on me just a month ago?
Just the people that were shitting on you.
I'd say at least 100. At least 100 people who were like
Jesus
blatantly
Christ.
like not just shitting on you, but
Jesus.
like we're talking like fully in the, how do I even describe it? Like I don't want to say delusional, but
Yeah.
fully in the like like the conspiracy motherfuckers. You know what I mean? That were like typing that wild shit as if, you know what I'm talking about?
As if
like,
they knew.
Yeah, as if it's like the
Yeah.
worst, you know. And so I'd say at least 100 of them.
Jesus.
You know, both female and male streamers. And then, you know, there's people who are obviously hitting me up that have hit me up for a while, and other people who have been neutral or they've been waiting for more credibility or backing. Those people I'm cool with, right? I don't mind. And even the ones that have changed, like, I get it. You know, I get it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I definitely would want at least a little, you know, my bad. I should
Times
have done more
change,
research.
and it's like,
You know,
it's not that big of a deal.
It would have been
right?
nice to.
Times change, but when are some of these people going to change? Also, thank you, Nova. And yeah, Becca, I agree. Anybody that's still supporting Tate is like huge red flag.
At least,
Yeah.
you know, get a hey, my bad. But, you know, I don't think I'll ever get that, so I don't hold it over anyone's head unless they really piss me off.
Nah, a lot of people just don't see where things are going to go, you know, and people are also in their own world, right? They're not thinking about that. They're worried about, you know, so they're professional players for a video game. What the fuck do they know about streaming platforms? Sure. Yeah, I understand that for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm actually really curious to see if other people are going to start moving over, what's going to happen now. Because I think that this is going to have a very large effect. I think that it already started to happen with Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce was a massive signing as
Yeah.
well. It was definitely crazy, and I agree with that completely. Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's going to be. I think, hey, I mean, from what I know, there's a lot coming, and I'm sure there's things you know too. So,
oh yeah. Yeah, somebody in chat says the Joe Rogan thing made Spotify podcasting a thing. The XQC signing is going to work that way as well. It could. I mean, I remember, like, what was that? A $250 million deal? It was massive. But I mean, Spotify let multiple artists walk whenever they were going to protest the, you know, something that Joe Rogan said about COVID, and Spotify just said, "Fuck off, who cares?" It was also 100. Yeah.
That was real bad of them, though. Like, they spread a lot of misinformation there, and a lot of people died due to complications from that. Kind of why there's a big thing about, you know, not lying on the internet.
There you go.
yeah. I think I just hope these numbers, you know,
Yeah.
how do I? You know, I think, yeah, you know, the numbers we're talking about are massive, you know, regardless. They're huge.
Oh, yeah, I
numbers, but
agree. I think
obviously,
so,
you know,
too.
everyone should be, you know, until you see something from, you know, Kickstand or you see something on a piece of paper, I would be.
Don't believe everything you hear on Twitter that is made
Yes.
by an anonymous source that mostly reposts clips from live streamers.
Yes, like, exactly. I think I'm just hoping that certain numbers from certain people don't unmotivate others, thinking that, you know, if they don't get some, that's the one issue I see. But hopefully that kind of dissipates and goes away over time. But I think, yeah, that's exactly right, Asmund. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, let's be real. It is what it is. So, people want to know why is it like? How do you have any idea like what about the website? Like, why is it down? Like, how long is it going to be down for?
Yeah. So today we got
Yeah.
50 times the traffic
Only
we normally
halfway
do,
through
as
this.
I'm sure some of you saw. We had, which I think this
Oh,
number is
shit.
a little higher since the site was down, and you know we had to limit certain things to ensure that, you know, at least the stream can go decent. But just from the announcement of XQC, we had 600,000 new signups. And I'm pretty sure that number is probably
And they just
a bit
kinda
higher, maybe 750.
actually-
600,000 for sure.
Like, they're halfway through this conversation and they've hardly addressed the issues that people have with the platform. It's like, as far as I'm concerned, it's a passive endorsement. Nova, I appreciate it, but I am focusing on a different topic currently and recording.
Sure, the system might be lagging a little bit from what I'm looking at, but 600,000 signings is kind of the baseline of what happened today. So that's kind of what shot the, that's what broke everything.
7ZT, or yeah, 7TV, wasn't that the one that was created specifically because a racist emote was banned on like a different one? I don't remember the whole detail about it. I gotta look into 7TV again. I'm pretty sure it's sus.
So we're working on that. It was crazy. Obviously, 7TV. Hearing the devs and hearing Eddie tell me the emotes that were bugging out. It was tomfoolery and schizo. Those two emotes. There's something that happened with the coding where it
Those
broke
are
the site.
emotes?
There are 7TV emotes. They're like general emotes.
Okay.
Yes, tomfoolery and schizo. They they broke the site. Just those two alone. They were causing chat issues. So we had to disable those temporarily until we fixed that. Yeah. So
Well, they're definitely okay with the ableism there.
there's definitely
Yep, that's the vibe I'm getting. We're halfway through it, and it's been a circle jerk about Kick without actually addressing why people have issues.
we're slowly working on perfecting everything and getting everything straight. Obviously, it's only been 5-6 months we've been around, so hopefully things fix up.
What do you guys ever worry about, like Amazon just like shutting off your AWS because you're competing with Twitch?
I saw that written in this chat. I heard it was brought up earlier. People talk about that. I saw Pokemon's clip.
Yeah.
Here's what I can say. I can't say too much, but what I can say is this. Okay, and I think she should understand this too, and anyone really should when we're talking about numbers and money, money amounts this large. This isn't some, some shitty mobile app game deal with a new Twitch streamer from 2016 where it's dodgy text between the agent and the game, right? When it's this level of money, there are legal contracts in place for extended periods of time.
Yeah.
Am I missing context, or are they referring to the Pokimane viral clip about her not wanting to move over to Kick for any amount of money? And it's like, this was not what she said. At least from what I know of what went viral. I don't really follow Pokimane.
I mean, these are like 9-figure contracts for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
going pretty well, Raj.
There isn't this thing where they could just shut it, right? There are legal obligations and implications to the things that are being, spewed.
And the thing is, people compare Kick to Parler, and the difference with Parler, I think, is that number one, Parler was like used. This was like 5 years ago. The entire political, social climate was totally different than it is now. And also, Parler wasn't an active competitor to an Amazon-owned subsidiary. I think the precedent that Amazon would set by literally shutting down service to a competitor, to one of their subsidiaries, would hurt them in the market massively, because it would make every single person who's buying AWS right now second guess, should I buy that right now if maybe I get popular enough and Amazon sees me as a threat and they just shut down my service.
Agree, and I'm sure there's loopholes with the team that Amazon has in place as far as lawyers go. I'm sure they can find some loophole, but on the surface,
it's a complicated loophole.
It looks, it looks, that kind of also sounds a little, I mean, I don't know enough to speak on that, but that sounds, kind of illegal, doesn't it?
Probably. I mean, like, I'm sure
it sounds like a monopoly, does it not? Where if there's a competitor, you shut the services off. I mean, I'm sure there's a loophole, right?
Like,
I don't know.
It was some fucking bullshit. Like, the thing that they pulled with that app store, that Apple App Store, I was pissed about that. I've been complaining about that for like 2 years.
Yeah, I saw your tweets. You're right about that.
They have a dual monopoly on the entire smartphone industry. Like, how is that? Like, Europe, it's not like that over there. I'm pretty sure. I think that they've broken that up, or it's regulated or something like that.
And what are you pushing to do about it? Make a platform funded from gambling. Okay. That's not how you deal with those systemic problems. You gotta deal with it like Asmongold literally just said before I paused it. Regulation. That's what it's gotta be. It's not going to be from Kick doing their own thing, getting their own monopoly on shit, I'm willing to bet they'll turn out just as bad if they get big enough.
So I find it to be very, it's anti-competitive, and it just gives them too much control.
Yeah, I think AWS has been understanding and very, they've been very professional. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure that's one of Amazon's top profiters. Is it not?
Oh, Kick?
No. I'm talking AWS. Like,
absolutely. That's
it's
where
one of
they
their
make a lot
main.
of money.
Yeah, and Twitch, they're in the red, so I don't know if they're gonna make that trade-off.
Well, so here's the thing, right? Because let's say you're making 10% a year on Twitch, and you're making 15% a year on AWS. Is it a better idea to just let somebody else buy AWS and then let Twitch do whatever it wants? Because at that point, you're actually making more money by providing.
Let somebody else buy Twitch, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. You said AWS. Yeah, I get it.
What world would it be?
Unironically, somebody other than Amazon should own Twitch. Like somebody with at least half a brain.
If Kick bought Twitch from Amazon.
That would be a... Believe me, brother, I would...
Honestly, I agree. That's why I dislike Kick, because that's where it gets its money off of. Kick gets its money off of gambling, which is almost always rigged and exploiting people with horrible habits that are vulnerable to that. And that's why I don't want to stream on Kick. That's my big thing. I don't give a shit who goes there. If let's say I got banned off of YouTube and I was making actual money off of this and like it was my livelihood, I'd probably find other platforms. I might go back to Twitch. I might go to Kick. I don't know. Right now, though, I can take the moral high horse of I'm not going to be supporting a gambling website. But I mean, one way or another, I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to keep making content. It's what makes me happy.
Obviously, my goal is to beat Twitch, especially, after what they did, to me. But hypothetically speaking, in the world you're presenting, that would be...
What they did to you was punish you for exploiting your viewers over gambling. Oh my god.
Brother, I don't even know what I might.
You probably never thought that shit before until I said that, right?
Yeah, honestly, I don't care if people I know are streaming on Kick. It doesn't make a difference to me. Look at my sweet Samantha VR banned VTuber banned from Twitch. And I'd link her Kick in that video description. But like I can still say I don't like Kick as a platform. He also got caught in a crypto scam. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. Like, hopefully, yeah, they can eventually get all their revenue off of, the creators being on there. It's just right now, all that revenue is from, gambling. But, goddammit, I gotta BRB real quick. No, I had to pee. Yeah, there's a big problem with the whole gambling sponsorships they were doing when they got banned on Twitch.
I might just tweet the Batman outro, bro. The Batman
my
Begins
God.
or the Dark Knight outro,
Yeah.
low key. Like I might have to just tweet that and that's it.
The fucking car starting up and shit.
Yeah, you know, where he's running away and he has to be the bad guy. Like I might just tweet some
yeah.
shit like that. Like that is wild.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, like, who knows, man? Like, I'm just saying, I don't think Kick is in any way at risk of losing AWS. And I think even if they did lose AWS, it would massively hurt AWS in the market. And on top of that, it's not like AWS is the only web service provider in the world.
Yeah, especially if like the only reality where I could see, and even this reality, I wouldn't see it, you know, ever coming to what's the word, fruition, for whatever the fuck the word is, right? I wouldn't see it coming.
Honestly, that's a good question. I wonder if there is banned games on Kick. There's definitely some that should be, but like, do they? Or are they a quote-unquote free speech platform?
You know, happening would, you know, Twitch would have to fix their shit, right? They would have to really, because that would be, it wouldn't only be bad for Amazon, it'd be bad for Twitch as well, right? You can't not take care of your creators. You can't, you know, cut their checks and fuck them over with terrible ads and ad rates, and then also, you know, attempt to shut down the one site that's trying to give creators more power, right? That would just look really, you would have to at least give the creators, you know, what the other site you're trying to shut down, you know, give them what they're offering, and then maybe they could get away with. But even then, I don't think AWS would ever do that.
I think that, like, the idea, because like think about how many subsidiaries Amazon has, and how many of those companies are other companies that are competing against Amazon subsidiaries that are actually buying AWS. So the idea that you would set a precedent that you could just randomly deny service or cease providing service to a competitor, that's I mean, like, why would anybody want to do business with you at that point?
Agreed.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
Honestly, that's just business. You might not like your competitor, but I mean, you still gotta think about how other people would perceive your actions and how that would affect whether or not they'll actually do business with you. Please do. Let me know if they have a ban list.
Way that would happen. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like the streamers, etc. I guess like a lot of people, because like obviously I'll probably watch a video and then I've got to look at some other stuff. But like one thing I did want to ask you is like a lot of people ask about the TOS on Kick, right? And like the rules.
Yes.
Okay, now we're actually getting to some interesting topics, not this useless fucking thinly veiled shit.
On the website, everything about that. Like, what would you tell those people?
Okay, everything Kick does write in talk about specifically regarding any kind of ruling in their guidelines. There's no public banned game list. Oh. Well, okay then.
Because I'm sure this will probably be a YouTube video or something.
Yeah, I would tell those people that, you know, let's start with Twitch here, okay? I think a lot of new...
Hey, bro, a lot of people are curious about Kick's TOS. What can you tell us?
Well, Twitch here.
Come on, dude. Talk about your platform.
New people or new streamers want to close their eyes and pretend like Twitch is where it is and has always been where it is and how it is. It's not the case. Twitch took 10 years of trial and error to perfect.
Bro, we used to say some shit on that website a long time ago and nobody had a problem with it.
Yeah, they took a long time to tweak their TOS, their rules, what's allowed, what's not. And even now, they're still, you know,
Just because they did bad stuff in the past doesn't mean it's okay to do bad stuff now. Are you saying you didn't learn from Twitch's example? That you don't care about the stuff that people are actually pissed about right now? Well, you're forced to have your stream marked in. Oh, that is pretty sus. Took 20 minutes of circle jerking to get to the orgasm? True. Actually, like 25 minutes.
wild shit that goes on, right? So I think the people who are kind of criticizing Kick in its early stages need to remember that, we've been here for 6 months, maybe a little longer, and things, need to fall in place. Things will get better. Hate speech, this kind of stuff, there's no place for it, right? If I had more power, believe me, believe me, there would be, but at the same time, I'm
like, I gotta look into more Kick shit, I guess. Because I've been hearing not great stuff out of it.
I'm kind of happy I don't, because there has to be a level of freedom.
They have hentai porn games in their categories, but still no proper age verification. Oh my fucking god. Can anyone disprove pedocon theory?
Freedom of speech. And I know hate speech is included in that freedom of speech. I don't agree with that. I think there's a difference between hate speech and freedom of speech. I don't think hate speech should be allowed.
I think like the line that everybody can agree with, because like obviously everybody has a different definition of like what is hate speech, right? Like speech that incites violence. Nobody wants that.
Exactly. Exactly. So some of the things that we're seeing on Kick, some of the vile shit, like we see it, we're gonna make changes to it.
Oh my god, Len, you don't know what Truth Social is? You remember when Trump got banned off of Twitter? Yeah, Truth Social is Trump's Twitter. And then Elon was like, hey Trump, you're unbanned now, you can come back to Twitter. And then Trump was like, gives him the finger and keeps going on with Truth Social. Both quick, I was able to head on to there, make an account as quick as with Twitch. No age verification, nothing. So it is performative shit. Yeah, they're going into what really is hate speech now, and apparently they're landing on inciting violence is what hate speech is. Holy fuck. This is what happens when two white dudes that don't have any colored friends talk about politics.
We're not going to be this trashy end of the web where we just have complete trash, spewing trash. I know we've seen some of that already. We've seen people.
That's the majority of what I've seen out of your platform. I was surprised when somebody as amazing as Sweet Samantha was going over to your platform. Like, holy shit. I barely give a single fuck about Trump. That him being a massive idiot. True. I love you. Love you very special. God, we're like... I hate conservatives. You better not be inferring that only speech that leads to direct violence is hate speech, because I'm so fucking done with everyone in this video right fucking now. I mean, yeah, it's Asmongold and Trainwreck, the creator of Kick. Trainwreck is the creator of Kick. Asmongold is a very large conservative streamer, though he's not really overtly political.
Platform other people that are just disgusting human beings when it comes to their ideals and what they preach. Whether,
to be fair, Trump being banned on Twitter was more so doing him a favor than Twitter. Bird app feels like a hellhole to me. Bird app is a goddamn garbage pit. Nobody should be on there, but I mean, we are, because everybody's on there. Can Blue Sky just be a thing now?
Whether it's for shock factor.
Like, seriously, anybody have an invite? Hook me up, please. I'll suck your dick.
Content or not. I don't think that has any room on any platform.
Wait, what?
Just disgusting human beings when it comes to their ideals and what they preach, whether it's for shock factor content or not.
Okay, I'm going back a little longer.
We're going to make changes to it. You know, we're not going to be this trashy end of the web where we just have complete trash, spewing trash. You know, I know we've seen some of that already. We've seen people platform other people that are just disgusting. Human,
like Aiden Ross platforming Nick Fuentes. If you don't know who Nick Fuentes is, look him up. Holy fuck. You do not platform that dude.
Beings when it comes to their ideals and what.
Not unless you're like tiny like me and making fun of them. I'd make fun of them. That'd be fun. Twitter in a nutshell, League, Salt Mine, Twitter, Salty Hellhole. Yeah, pretty much. Oh God, back up. Please get me on there if you do.
They preach, whether it's for shock factor content or not, I don't think that has any room on any platform, anywhere on the internet. So, like, rest assured, we are working on that, and I am pushing on that personally to make sure that we have a line. I think there should be a class and a safety, you know, for every creator, and at the very least, mod tools provided to, you know, eradicate any of that bullshit in, you know, everyone's respective chats. As far as punishments go for streamers who break these rules, you know, the mod tools is for the viewers, obviously, because I see a lot of viewers say a lot of vile fucking shit. So obviously the mod tools are being put in place and are being worked on as we speak to fix that issue. As far as streamers themselves, like, rest assured that we're working toward.
We don't have complete trash spewing trash. Literally exactly that. Yeah. Being on Twitter is like watching two monkeys playing chicken with Porsches. Yeah. You know, it's going to be ugly, but you can't look away. Literally, it's watching a train wreck. It's horrifying. You feel horrible, but you can't look away.
You know, removing any of those shock factor disgusting contents that, you know, people have seen thus far. The issue is, I think,
like Nick Fuentes,
people muddy the waters when it comes to what's allowed to be said and what's not, right? So what I'm referring to is what you just said: inciting violence, you know,
like the
hate speech toward, you know,
like that shit,
what about dehumanization of minorities?
it's illegal too. So yeah,
so is dehumanization of minorities, ain't it?
Yeah, exactly. Or hate speech toward, you know, like any sort of derogatory, you know, bullshit. Any of that hate speech, like, I don't think should be allowed.
Like what? Like what? Say it with your chest if you're denouncing bigotry.
Right, but I think people muddy the waters, and a lot of viewers and creators, they muddy the waters and they start virtue signaling on who should have what opinion on what politically. That won't go. Like, there needs to be a platform for both sides. Do you understand? Now is right.
Well, speaking.
Just keep in mind, one side of the platform is we want to exist and live happily, and the other side of the platform is they should die and they don't actually exist. They're not real people. But yeah, let's fucking platform both.
About, like, what do you think about Rumble?
On the line.
Yeah, what do you think about Rumble, right? I mean, Rumble's come into the space. They've signed a few creators. I mean, like, notably, I think Kai and Speed even talked about the whole kick situation today. So, like, what
I think Blue Sky is only in invite only as it's in, like, beta and getting used to it. And, like, starting up and shit. But, like, I want off Twitter. I fucking hate it.
Where do you feel like Rumble is gonna end up here?
Same place where it's always been. Platforming Nazis.
Well, I personally, you know, I'm sure the Rumble team is, I'm sure they have, you know, good intentions beyond what they do, and I'm sure they have a plan of their own, respectively. But I feel as if there's any comparison to be made with Mixer, it feels like that's the direction Rumble is going.
Because I don't. Money, right?
Yes, I think they raised $3.5 billion. I think that's the number they raised, if I'm not mistaken.
Holy fuck.
No, I'm pretty sure it's $3.5 billion they raised, because they're a public company, so all these numbers are public record, I believe. But yeah, I think it's $3.5 billion they raised. So I think they have the money. The problem is I don't see a plan. I just see the same Mixer mistake of, like you said, right? You get a couple oak trees, you put them down, but there is no grass, there is no, you know, shrubbery and flowers, and, you know, there's no ecosystem there. It's just two oak trees that are sitting there, right? And I think you need a plan. I think the UI needs to get cleaned up, and I think they need to figure out what they're going to be, right? Because when I go over there, and you know, like I said, I don't want to bash them in any way. You know, I wish them the best.
Those guys invite only while it's on beta, but they are spamming invites recently because they know all the transes want out. Yeah. Like, Shit's just getting worse. People are getting more and more aggressive with their bigotries. Oh yeah, Blue Sky is essentially Twitter, but not Twitter anymore. Made by one of the developers from Twitter who left Twitter after Tesla Mizussi took over.
But just some healthy feedback from me. When I go over there, I'm not sure what they are. Are they a YouTube? Are they a Twitch? Are they a site to, are they a Pinterest? I'm not sure what is going on. So I think they need to clear that up. That's a little bit of free advice I'll give them. And I think when that happens, that's when we can get into the talks of what I think about them.
Yeah, it's going to kind of depend. I know, obviously, like Rumble has much more of a political slant. So I think that,
Oh, you're referring to that. Yeah, that's.
So Asman is aware of the political slant of Rumble.
That's an issue in my opinion. I don't know if that's for the shock factor of everything or if they truly believe it.
It seems like
I can't tell if
believe it. Like
if that's the case. If that's the case, allow me to make a prediction.
Okay.
I could be wrong and off about this, so don't.
All right.
Don't take this too seriously.
Oh my god, this is going to be a treat. Let's see what he has to say.
I wouldn't be surprised if you truly believe that they're about that, just like kind of right wing or extreme, or whatever it is.
Money talks argument. I feel it coming on.
Holy shit, this dude's downplaying how bad Rumble can get.
It feels as if it might be that might be, like I said, it's just a prediction, it's a speculation. I don't know. But if what you're saying is true, if you believe that's, the political ideology that is what they truly believe, and it's not shock factor or marketing or any of that stuff, that might just be a site that's going to heavily push Donald Trump. Like, do you feeling that? almost like a commercial for Donald. No bullshit. Like,
That's it? All that build up and they are going to support Trump? No shit. Because Trump is a lot more the out there deranged type, and DeSantis is a lot more reserved, but they're still both very, very bad people.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Donald Trump banners and Donald Trump side ads.
Yeah, like they're right on the most obvious point. That no fucking shit.
It might be a plan for that. I don't know.
Just straight up take a side.
Yeah, like it might be something like that. That would be my prediction. If you believe from what you're seeing that that's what they believe, then I could see that very well happening. But I don't know.
I feel like there's so many.
I'm curious, who did these guys support in the 2020 elections? Well, I love politics, so buckle up.
Things that are up in the air right now.
Water is wet. I know, that take is just scalding. Wow.
And like what really started all of it was whenever Elon Musk bought Twitter. And I think that just kind of was like the...
That all started when Musk bought Twitter? No, Asman, no. No, that's... No. Bro, no. No, bro. Didn't Trump also publicly push against trans people? Yeah. Like, Trump did a lot of undoing of trans protections in his last term, in his last little month of or two of presidency. Yeah, I'm willing to bet both these people actually voted for Trump too.
That was the match that kind of set a lot of this stuff off. Because now there's people that have like massive large platforms that are saying things and having opinions that are, were previously like not allowed. And so I think this...
Okay, so a little context here. People got that way actually when Trump, like in 2016, when Trump started entering into the political space and like started running for presidency, all that stuff. Seeing that, people started getting more, let's go with vitriolic. They started getting a lot more vitriolic. And then, what's it? I'm not high enough. I need more weed in me. But seeing all that vitriol coming off of people on Twitter, Twitter was like, hey, let's start removing these people that are being outright neo-Nazis, like Nick Fuentes. And then what does Elon do when he takes over? He brings them right back. So it wasn't started by Elon, but Elon kicked the keg, so to speak.
Point with this election.
Got way worse when blue checks started getting reply preference. Oh my god, I know. Dang, shame he didn't push against anyone that exists. Why didn't he? Why hate one group when you can hate them all? I'm a little confused there. What? Because only the most pathetic people pay $8 a month to be racist to strangers, and they do. Yeah, honestly, people have been using that to be extra racist.
Coming up, it's going to be absolutely fucking nuts. So that's why I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with Rumble and Kick, because Twitch, I'm worried that like if I watch the debates on Twitch, I could get suspended because I know what Donald says. You know, I've heard what he said.
Oh, yeah.
And so
have you not looked at like any of the political streamers? Do they not stream the political debates? Like, there's a category on Twitch for politics. The presidential debates are not fucking commercially copywritten. They're public. In 2023, you can use mom's credit card to call a trans woman a man. Yeah, what they do.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I could get in trouble just for having that shit on my stream.
That's only because you've built up an quote-unquote apolitical audience and people don't like hearing political talk. Or at least most people don't. I do. Oh my god, I want to bleach my eyes right now from checking Kick's IRL section. What? Does someone have memory eraser? No, best I got is weed. Come visit Canada, Len. Seriously, we'll be besties. Get you real high.
So I don't know.
No, I agree. And I don't want to, like, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, when they first approached me, because, you know, I was going to make my own platform. That was my plan, and I had other people reaching out to me to kind of combine with them. And that's when, you know, Eddie hit me up, like, yo, bro, we got to team up. And my goal is this, right? Right now, we're living in some weird society.
Some good indica. Indica does help. And it helps put you to sleep, and then you can pass out and hopefully forget about it, but you don't.
Where everything is dumped, like everything that's big enough is dumped.
I'm only saying that just being transphobic, homophobic, religion phobic, racist is just dumb. Yeah, pretty much. I'll agree with that. Yeah, bigotry in general is just dumb. It's a disgust response that people just don't want to think about the stuff they haven't really engaged with. Like they're just pushed away from thinking of quote unquote a guy in a dress. They're turned off by that in some sense. It is just dumb. It's childish behavior, and if you actually get to know any transgender people, you realize, hey, we're like everybody else. We're people.
Into one of two sides, right? One of two extreme sides, right? There isn't just an in-between where the creator themselves decide what side they're on. It seems like the platforms themselves are choosing what side to represent, and I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Like, you know, obviously Twitch is on their side, despite, you know, their
oh god, yes, daddy, you
know, financial motives. But, you know, as far as what they say they are, what they appear to be, it's obvious what side they're on. Then you see Rumble.
What side is Twitch on, huh? What side? It's not obvious to me. Well, I mean it is, but what side do you think they're on?
I want a place that's more, you know, in the middle, you know. I know it sounds wild, but
I want a place in the middle of people pushing progressive rights and Nazis. There's a perfect balance you can find there.
Something that's in the middle where the creator themselves can decide where they're at. And obviously,
so Kick is the platform for enlightened centrists.
Well, Kick is the platform where you decide where you
Oh my god. I hate enlightened centrists so much. Fucking cowards.
want to be, and obviously you don't cross the lines where it
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
hateful and you're spewing bullshit. But yeah, you decide where you want to be, and you're not going to get blacklisted or crucified or canceled because you have an opposing, political opinion, to the side that the internet currently is kind of
leaning
toward. Exactly. Thank you.
There it is. Well,
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. And what would you like? I mean, I guess like so. Obviously, it's been a massive day for Kick. I think this is going to be probably.
Yeah, Twitch is a piece of shit. That's why you should go to YouTube. It's a piece of shit too, but it's the least piece of shit option out of them all, at least in my opinion.
I can't think of anything that could happen. Like, I guess, like, I mean, Mr. Beast was tweeting at Kick before, so, like, maybe something like that would happen, which would be absolutely nuts. But other than that, I feel like there's going to be a number of other signings if they've already picked up Bruce and XQC.
Yeah, hopefully, we would love one day, hopefully, in our wildest dreams, we'd love to have Asmongold himself on there. So who knows? Maybe one of these days, or maybe in another world. Who knows? I don't know. So hopefully that day comes to be in this world. If not, hey.
We'll see what happens. Eddie's he's a nice guy. I've got friends over there at Kick, and
I got friends at Kick too.
The future can be anything.
Yes, it can, brother. Yes, it can.
Anyway, dude, thanks a lot for coming on and talking about it, man. I'm gonna probably
I'll
go
love,
watch Budwig's video and probably move on, talk about some other shit, play some Diablo 4.
All right, bro. I'll be lurking. Love you, man.
Bro, see you. Peace.
Cool. That didn't really. It didn't really help. It didn't really address the issues. That hardly talked about the issues that people have with, the biggest names, or like the bigger names on Kick. Like, why it was founded and how it gets its money currently, and it's like, oh my god. Side picking ain't my cup of tea either, even if that's about bigotry. I just want to play a game, not bothered by other people's stuff. I mean, you do you, but I am very much, let's go with biased towards one side of the political spectrum. And I think anybody that doesn't want to engage in politics is just is apathetic enough to let the people that want to kill people, like literally kill people, they just want to let them win. They don't care if they win, even if it doesn't affect them, or even if it will eventually affect them. But yeah, safe to say, I am definitely sticking to YouTube. Some people had tried or some people have asked me if I considered streaming on Kick as well, or my opinions on Kick, and well, I think you guys can guess my opinions. Like, people are more than welcome to stream on whatever platform they feel fit. I don't care. But I'm going to say my opinions about platforms. Just because I find a platform to be sus does not necessarily mean that I find every single person on that platform to be sus. It's just kind of interesting, isn't it?